Hey, it's Jill, your energetic ninja. So here's the deal. I get asked a lot about how I can, keep forward momentum, how I get so much done in a day, how I can manage to tackle all of the chaos of life and still be smiling, still enjoy myself, still realize what I want. There's a few ways I do that. One is A, being very clear on what I want. B is knowing who I am. C is understanding, what I need to do about it. And D is having a rhythm routine. But who cares about that? Because really, the biggest thing that I do is I tackle the shit in front of me. Right? Like if something is imploding in front of me, and I'm not even talking big implosion, like obviously those get your idea, but I'm realizing that, life comes with a pebble, then it comes with a rock, and then you get the brick, and then you get the boulder, and then you get the landslide, right? I deal with the pebbles, right? And sometimes if I miss the pebbles, I am really aware when a brick comes. Okay, and I deal with it right away. There's a lot of things in our life that we want to ignore because it feels easier to ignore, except for the fact that it's going to come up later. So we can ignore the fact that our husband or our wife isn't treating us well, but what does that mean for how we're feeling? What is that doing to us emotionally? What is that doing to the relationship? What is that doing to the people around us? And how is that going to impact our health later, right? We can ignore it or we can choose to say something about it now. And if it means taking action we're not comfortable with, let me tell you that when the boulder comes, you're going to be just as uncomfortable and likely even more. So you might as well deal with it now. Okay? Right? Think about dealing with the stuff that's happening in front of you right away. You start seeing something happen with a team member, with a coworker, with somebody that you have a contract with one of your clients, address it. I get that it's uncomfortable, but the thing is if it gets bigger, it's going to get worse. And when you take a look at doing something right away, it's like that whole idea of, when it was all that whole kind of organizational structure, how to run your life, and it was like touch it once, right? Like the mail comes in, you open it up, you deal with it right away. You don't put it on a pile. That's the same idea as issues in your life, right? Touch it once. Deal with it right away because there's power in that. There's momentum in that. It's easier to deal with the small stuff than it is the big stuff. Does some stuff slip by? For sure it does. But the thing is you're going to start noticing more of it. It's like when one of my daughters was in grade 1, I realized that, she's flipping all her letters. She can't read very well. She doesn't want to read. I'm like, oh hell, she's dyslexic. Here we go. I don't have a problem with her being dyslexic. There's a little bit of a whole mental disorder terminology around it that I think is really wrong. Her brain's just set up different, but that's a whole other rant for a whole other time. Okay? But I bring it to the attention of the resource teacher at the school, and she's like, no, she's too young. It's okay. It'll get better. And I'm going, she won't pick up a pencil. She won't pick up a book. She is struggling every day in school. This is not okay. No, well, you can't really know for sure, and there's no, on, and I'm like, I can know for sure, because I have 2 other kids at home, because I've already started doing the research, so then what I did was I did more. Now, the first thing you do right away when something comes to your attention is Google it. The second thing you do is not believe everything you read on Google. Okay, but start doing the research right away. Instead of scrolling on Facebook, ask a good question in a good group on Facebook. Google something. Start doing the research. I started asking my clients. I had one who was a psychologist. She's like, get this book. What do you think I did right away? Amazon. To the house 2 days later, I'm like, yep, that's the problem. And then she had recommended somebody that I go see, right? And we went down the road of what it is. 3 years later, this child is dyslexic, and we just moved to new school, and there's not one teacher that knows she is because she can read like a dam. I dealt with the problem right away, as soon as I started seeing it. Do this in all aspects of your life. Do this in all aspects of your business. What it helps you do is keep momentum towards the stuff you truly want. Because the problem is there's always going to be an influx of crap coming in and the chaos stuff of life. It's not meant to go smoothly. But if you let things build up to be boulders, if you let them build up to be landslides, what happens is your dream for your life is taken down with it. If you don't address the small, knee issue that you're having, that tweak or whatever it is, it will get bigger. It will slow you down. It will start damaging your immune system because your body's starting to deal with it, so you're going to get sick more. It's going to start, impeding you from getting to places, and all of a sudden you're having knee surgery, and you could have just went back to the very beginning, lost some weight, ate something better, and, maybe addressed it immediately instead of waiting for it to get bad. Start addressing the stuff that is right in front of you. That's how you win at this game of life. Ignoring the shit doesn't mean the shit is going to go away. Address it, take action, do what you need to do, and keep moving towards what you want. But realize that on that path between here and what you truly want and living the life that you want, there's little piles of stuff all the way along. And they will get bigger if you don't address them, right? And so that's the key. That's how I managed to get so much done in a day. That's how I managed to keep moving my life forward. That's how I managed to enjoy the journey, is I address the stuff when it's small. I deal with my relationship stuff right away. I deal with stuff for my kids as quickly as I can, right? And sometimes, you know what? It's not in the budget to do all this stuff. Like that same child needs to do the math program, and we are building the budget to do that. I get it. But we know what the solution is. Like I found the solution. Now it's just a timing issue. There's a difference between having a timing issue and a budget issue versus ignoring the problem. Except for the fact that we can't ever truly ignore the problem, because do you really ever stop thinking about it? No. Doesn't go away if we try to like put the blinders on. It's still there. We know it's still there. It's like in our brain, right? Deal with the relationship stuff. Deal with the stuff with regards to your physical and health and well-being. Deal with the stuff in your business. Deal with the part of you that is not listening to the call of your soul, and realize that that is what you're here to do. Stop ignoring you. Stop ignoring what you truly want, because that's going to create a shit pile too. Because all of a sudden you're going to get to be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, hell, 1 month from now, and be really unhappy because you are slowly dying inside every day. Take it from me, I did this. And I made up a lot of excuses along the way until I lay on that damn couch for a year with severe adrenal fatigue, and I'm like, ooh, I ignored myself and the call of my soul, and that was a very bad idea. Okay? Deal with the stuff that's directly in front of you as soon as you can. That's how you create momentum. That's how you achieve the life you want. That's how you experience joy. And that is how you really can truly live daily, knowing that you're adding value to the world, knowing that you're doing what you're here to do, and knowing that you have a choice each and every moment to create and live the life you want.